The case surrounding Lil Durk has become one of the most talked about stories in hip-hop. Not just because of the charges themselves, but because of the chain of events that led up to them. To understand why people online call it a conspiracy, you have to go back several years to the moment that changed everything inside Durk's circle. In November 2020, Chicago rapper King Von was shot and killed outside a nightclub in Atlanta. Von had been rising fast in the drill scene and was closely tied to Durk both musically and personally. The shooting quickly became one of the most discussed moments in hip-hop that year. The man accused of shooting Von was associated with rapper Quando Rondo and his crew, instantly creating tension between two sides of the rap world. From that moment forward, the internet started building its own narrative. Fans connected dots between songs, social media posts, and interviews. Some believed retaliation would eventually happen. Others believed the entire feud had become exaggerated online. For nearly 2 years, the tension stayed mostly in the world of diss tracks and speculation. Then, in August 2022, a shooting in Los Angeles changed everything. At a gas station near the Beverly Center, gunfire erupted targeting Quando Rondo. The attack ended with the death of his cousin, Xavier Lul Pab Robinson. At the time, the situation was chaotic and confusing, and details were limited. But behind the scenes, federal investigators began building a case that would later shake the hip-hop industry. In October 2024, federal authorities arrested Lil Durk and accused him of organizing a murder-for-hire plot connected to that Los Angeles shooting. Prosecutors claim members of Durk's collective, Only the Family, traveled to California to carry out the attack. According to the indictment, investigators believe the trip involved flights, rental cars, and communications that they say link back to Durk's team. Durk's legal team strongly denies the allegations. He has pleaded not guilty and remains in federal custody while preparing for trial. The defense argues that the government is connecting dots that do not prove he ordered or organized any violence. That's where the conspiracy conversations begin. One of the biggest debates involves rap lyrics themselves. Prosecutors attempted to introduce some of Durk's lyrics as evidence, suggesting certain lines referenced retaliation connected to the case. His lawyers pushed back, arguing that the lyrics were written before the shooting and that using music as evidence blurs the line between art and criminal activity. The timing of Durk's arrest also raised questions. Federal agents detained him near Miami shortly before he was scheduled to board international flights. Investigators believe the travel plans created a risk he could leave the country. Supporters, however, believe the arrest timing added drama to the case and shaped the public narrative before the trial even begins. Meanwhile, the trial itself has faced delays, pushing the timeline further into the future while attorneys review evidence and prepare arguments. In federal court, these cases often move slowly, but when they finally reach a jury, the outcome can have major consequences not just for the defendant, but for how future cases are handled. For the hip-hop world, the stakes are bigger than one artist. If prosecutors successfully use lyrics and online activity as part of their case, it could change how music and expression are viewed in courtrooms going forward. For now, the truth behind the accusations will ultimately be decided inside a courtroom, not on social media. But until that moment arrives, the Lil Durk case will continue to fuel debates about hip-hop, the justice system, and how narratives form long before the full story is known.